Hey there guys, we've got the final bosses on Dark Visions number 15 for Global. Like usual, I'm going to be going in with my best possible teams for my first clear and trying to get a perfect score if possible, we'll see. And then I'll be going back later for some cheaper clears. Full budget runs on the final bosses are a little bit harder, but I'll probably do some cheaper clears later. But for now, we're using the best team possible, which means we're taking Chu-Chu. So let's go ahead and give it a go, and then I'll show the team after the fact. Okay, so the last time I used Chu-Chu, people thought it was kind of a joke, and that made Chu-Chu kind of mad. So now she seems to be permanently berserked, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Alright, so White Dragon Ling on turn 1 is going to shift. Let's see here. We're going to, I got my little list here. I'll post a list in the comments of what I'm doing. We're going to Magnus, we're going to Rallying Dance, and then we're going to Combination Step. That's going to grant SR frames to the whole party. So we'll go ahead and use, we got to finish casting first. Let's use the whole party to SR chain. And you can do 2 SRs and 2 Chaos Wave Awakened if you'd rather. Doesn't really matter, but we need to get that 100-point chain score out of the way. So we're going to do that with everyone right here. Alright, there we go. And 100-point chain score done. And we're using Galoof to passive provoke, as you can see. And the whole team is immune to ice and fire damage. Alright, so we're going to use Arden on this turn to LB for the Imperil. We're going to use Ling. Don't want to do Ling yet? No, not yet. Let's go ahead and shift Zidane. Let's see here. Like I said, I've got my list going on what we're doing here. We're going to use Galoof to entrust over to Zidane. Yes. Let's go ahead and use Zidane's LB to stack. Let's now use Nicole's LB as well. And then Ling is going to, let's see here, we're going to Triple Dragon, we're going to Magnus again, we're going to Celestial, oh, nope, wrong thing, we're going to, that's right, a Celestial combo step, and Killer. Let's see here. Assassin Stance for the Human Killer. Okay. Okay, not a problem. Let's go ahead and entrust to Zidane yet again, so we can stack yet again. So let's entrust to Zidane. Let's stack up. Let's shift Arden, but we're not going to use him just yet. Alright, let's go to the base form with Ling. We're going to do, let's see, Triple Dragon. We're going to do, let's see. Oh. Yeah, oh my god. Ling, come on, you have way too many skills. It's hard to read my list. Alright, we're gonna do disarming movements, enthrall, and celestial dance. Alright, Nicole is going to, let's see here. Triple C magic, we're going to imbue the party with water. We're going to imperil the boss to water, and then it doesn't really matter what else. Alright, Arden is going to jump. And Chu-Chu will use her LB. There's Chu-Chu. Unfortunately, it was resisted. Okay, let's go for the kill. So we're going to use Ling to triple SR. We're going to use Nicole to triple SR. These are from Ling. We're going to entrust with Gloof to Zidane, who is going to use his stacked LB, and we're going to drop Arden. Okay, so we're going to start chaining. Send this. Drop this. And we should have done 10 billion or better for the perfect score. 16 billion, even better. Okay. And then Chu-Chu, of course, was the most critical part of that fight. And here is the damage breakdown. As you can see, we did more than 10 billion. That should have been the score. It was. So, perfect score on that boss. Let's move along to the magical fight. Now, Ling confused me because he has so many skills, and I was kind of like a little distracted there. But, oh yeah, let me show the team real quick. And then we will get to the next boss. Alright, so the team is Gloof. He was passive provoking, full evasion. He had 100 or better to ice resist. And he had a lot of LB fill with Zizat's journals. And he entrusted. Dual cast is for an old strategy. You can ignore that. We're not using dual cast. And there it is. He had 12 autofill, full evasion, full passive provoke, and 100 ice resist. Arden, in the base form, just had 100 to ice and fire. The reason Gloof has no fire is because he's evading. The fire is physical damage. Base form Arden is just some resistance because we're not buffing on turn 1. Shift form is, let's see, his double sword, jump damage versus humans. And there we go. And his stats are maxed to everything. Let's see. Zidane, base form, same thing. Just a little bit of LB fill, some fire, and ice resist. Other than that, not important. Shift form, we LB'd 3 times, and his third one was the cap. Daggers for the Imperil. Some ice and fire. Because we shifted him before the kill turn, so he has some ice and fire resist in the shift form as well. We're not using resistance buffs at all. And then maxed everything. Maxed LB, maxed human, etc. Sea King Nicole is just water imbue and water amplify. That's all he really did. He also did the I guess he did do more. He did his base form LB for stat buffing and LB damage buff. I don't have his EX1. His shifted LB would have been better, but that's good enough. As you see, 100 to fire and ice, and that's pretty much it. And then Ling, both forms are just geared pretty much the same, just fire and ice resist, and that's it. And she did Human Killer, she did the Breaks, she did Dagger Imperil, and LB Fill. And then, of course, Chu-Chu was very critical for the fight. She started the fight off berserked because she was real mad because people keep laughing at Chu-Chu. Please do not laugh at Chu-Chu. It makes her very angry. But she was very important for this clear as well. Now let's go to the dragon. See you in a moment. Alright guys, next up we're going to go to the magical fight. This is a dragon weak to fire and dark. Yet again, Chu-Chu will be carrying the fight. She can come to physical fights and Chu-Chu can come to magical fights. Chu-Chu does what Chu-Chu wants to do. And this is the team. We will show the team after the fact, assuming I get a respectable score. But okay, let's give it a go. So Chu-Chu is angry once again and she is no longer cooperating. We have lost control of Chu-Chu, but it's alright. So we're going to use Steiner to physical cover here. We're going to use Louise to quad cast Ionic Fire to fill LB gauge. Terra will just rally and cry for LB gauge. Vivi will triple cast Encouragement for LB gauge. And Elena will dual cast, let's see, Bar Thundega on the party. And then, well, that's really all that matters. We'll just bar Thundega this turn for Thunder Resist. Okay. On this turn, we're going to shift Louise and start stacking her LB, but not yet. First, we're going to use Elena to dual cast. We're going to reflect on herself and then bar Farega to bounce fire resist onto the boss. Alright, so Louise is going to use her shifted LB to start stacking up. Let's see, Steiner can useless good for nothings to just fill LB gauge for everyone. Let's see, Vivi can triple LB fill. And Terra will I Wanted to Go With You, which is Zidane's STMR song. And we're going to use Zidane's good LB buff to kill the boss on turn 7. Okay. Alright, so turn 3, we're going to use Elena to Way of the Aurora for the 70% resist to dark. We're going to shift Louise to the base form right here, and now we're going to use Vivi's LB to get a modifier boost. We've put up dark resist on everyone. Louise's base form is wearing dark resist. Alright, we're going to go back to the shift form with Louise and get a second stack of her LB. Now that Vivi's done. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, no threshold has been pushed. We're doing good. We'll just cover again with Steiner. Don't really need anything else from him for now. A lot of attacks, not worried about it. There's the Imperil. Alright, so we're going to use Elena to shift here, and we're going to Crystal Refragmentation to, let's see here, Crystal Refragmentation to cure the Imperil as well as buff 100% to all resistances. Alright, that's turn 4, let's see. We're going to go to the base form with Louise, and we're just going to Ionic 4 times. Steiner can just repeat. Vivi, let's see. We're going to shift Vivi, and we're going to LB fill twice with quad. We're going to encouragement twice, and then we're just going to start using focus. And we're going to focus Vivi until the kill turn. Okay, what is it, turn 5? Turn 5, we are, let's see. We're just going to shift Louise, and we're going to do Gun in Peril. Yeah, just Gun in Peril. Alright, it might have pushed the threshold, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate. If so, I'll deal with it. Let's focus a few times. Let's see. Elena can go back to the base form, and we can just guard her. Steiner can just guard. Or just repeat. Alright, so Steiner might get dispelled here from a threshold, potentially. He was. It's fine. Alright, so Steiner can just put up... we don't need cover anymore because we've got the 100% resist buff. So Steiner can just put up... oh, Elena. Elena can put up with this Bar Thundega again. That wasn't intentional to get dispelled there. I didn't want to get dispelled there. But, whatever. Alright, let's see. Let's go to the base form with Louise. We will... amplify the party with heavy firepower. We will field with this fire starter. We will do a killer buff for the party, and we will do her Magnus. And Vivi will just continue to stack. Okay. Yep, we're good. Alright, so this is a little messy. I will optimize this clear later for like a more budget run, but this should still have worked pretty well overall. There's the Imperil again, but it is kill time. Zidane's STMR song is now finished. So we're going to shift Terra and do her LB. We're going to use Elena to Piercing Prism for the Sword Imperil this turn, her Magnus. I was supposed to do it last turn, but I got dispelled. I had to try and change my plan, but it's fine. We're adapting. Alright, we're going to Firega 4 times with VV. Louise is going to shift, and we're going to use her shifted LB. And Steiner will do his LB right here. Okay. So, let's see. So, Terra's LB is really slow. So, we're going to start Terra. Then we're going to... I don't want to do it yet. Alright, let's go ahead and change target. Send VV. And then send Louise. And this should have been a damage cap, I would assume. We'll see in a second. Oh yeah, 18 billion. So thankfully Chu-Chu powered up this team quite a large amount by being here. And we damage capped this one as well. Perfect score. Okay. Damage breakdown. Oh wow, that was a pretty evenly split damage breakdown. Everyone carried their weight. Okay, there we go. Now, if we didn't have Chu-Chu here, of course, everyone would have done far less damage because Chu-Chu is the best. But there it is, perfect score yet again. And now it is time for the final boss. Now, the final boss is obviously the one that's going to be super buffed. I haven't done it yet, but I know just from experience it's going to be heavily buffed. So I'm going to spend a lot of time working out a clear. So the final boss video may not be for a little while, but I will upload it later. See you then. All right, guys. I forgot to show the team, and I had to load it back up. Anyway, this is the team we just did. So Steiner was our Provoker. He is full evasion. He is wearing Thunder Resist for the magic attacks. He did his AoE LB fill. He did his AoE quad reflect for everyone, and he taunted the single target provoke or single target dispel that the boss did. Elena was just pure support. We didn't really do anything special with her. She's on Carbuncle with Bar Thundega and Bar Firega learned. She also did 70% dark resist buff with her Way of the Aurora, so we could use... oh yeah, the whole team has 30 or better dark resist for VV. So we could do VV's stacking. There we go. Shift form, same thing. We use her to cure the imperils and then to take our 100% all resist buff. Pure-Hearted VV, base form, a lot of LB fill, so we could get his LB filled up for his mod boost. Shift form, as you saw, we did Reflected Firega. He's got, I think, 300 Dragon Killer. Yeah, 300 Dragon, and he reflected Firega for the damage. And again, the whole team has some Thunder and Dark Resist, as well as VV's base form. His shift form doesn't. Louise, base form, just LB fill, and it's important that she has Call of the Wild and Dragon's Brush, so we could stack her shifted LB. Some resistances. Shift form, we weren't in the shift form for VV's turn, so we didn't need any Dark Resist. So there we go for that. She had 300 Dragon and I think 300 LB damage. 300 LB and Dragon. It should be. Yeah, 300 Dragon. And she did the LB. And then Terra, base form, just had the resistances needed. Lion Emblem, that's not even required. And then Zidane's STMR song to buff her and Louise on the kill turn. And then shift form is just very simple. We don't need resist in the shift form because we didn't use that until the kill turn. And there's her relevant stats. And then Chu-Chu was here, and you saw what Chu-Chu did. So there you go. Now let me go back and start working on Ifrit. See you for that.